Hi, everybody. I'm so glad that you guys are here. I am in Miami, joined with Lorena and with Val. We are so excited to be here. We have had an amazing day, but today we're going to have another episode of Real Talk. I have never done a Real Talk session with two wig friends. So, you know what, ladies, if I have to tell you that over the past week and a half, I've gotten to know these amazing girls, both of who are creators of Wig Wearing 101. Wig Wearing 101. So for those of you that aren't familiar with Wig Wearing 101, I would absolutely go over to their Instagram page. Can you guys share, just before we get started, why did you create Wig Wearing 101?
Yeah, definitely. Well, so Val was the one who kind of pushed me outside my comfort zone to start this digital course. And through our experience and our journey with hair loss, we kind of realized how overwhelming it is and how much time we spend researching, navigating the web, trying to find how to pick the perfect wig, how to style it, how to make it look more realistic. And we kind of wanted a comprehensive guidebook for ladies to have to not go through what we went through. And then on top of that, we also offer coaching so that if they have any questions, we're kind of there to support them twice a month. So
that's amazing. And I love what you guys are doing, because one of the whole reasons we started, myself and Raquel Welch Wigs started Real Talk, was sort of to do something similar. You know, it was straight talk, it was straight feedback. Trying to help women with commonly asked questions. So tonight, I am so excited to have these two with us so that they're going to help us answer your most commonly asked questions. And you may be wondering, yes, we are all wearing Raquel Welch's brand new style. This is absolutely beautiful. It is going to be available in all retailers as of October 1st. And do you want to share which color you're wearing?
Yeah, this is ombre pecan.
Ombre pecan, and I have it in ombre wheat.
And I have ombre cinnamon.
It is absolutely gorgeous. So this is called Balayage Beauty. You guys are absolutely going to want to check it out. So if you are interested in winning one of these new styles, you get to choose what color you get. All you need to do is to participate. Give us a thumbs up, drop a question in the comments, add a comment. We would love to hear from you. And if you have any questions from these lovely ladies, we encourage you to get involved, ask questions. We will do our absolute best to answer them as we go along. And you want to wait till the end, because that's when we're going to be announcing the winner. All right, girls, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to get started with getting to know these two a little bit better. So quick intro of yourself, a little bit about yourself. What's your favorite wig, and what is your favorite color with Raquel Welch?
Of course. So I've had alopecia for 22 years now. Yeah. Started wearing hair 10 years ago. I started with a bonded topper, which is a hair system, something permanent.
Yeah.
Then I transitioned into toppers, then into wigs 4 years ago. My favorite color is actually a blonde one.
Oh, okay.
Shaded biscuit.
Would you guys guess that? I like the shaded biscuit girl.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love it.
Me too.
And my new favorite is big spender.
Nice. Yeah. I love big spender.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
All right, Lorena, how about you?
All right. So I've been wearing hair since 2020. I don't have a specific diagnosis, but I have thin hair, and it consumed a lot of my time and energy. And then in 2020, I went onto social media and I found ladies wearing wigs, rocking them, living their best lives. And I wanted to be part of that. Yeah. So I did the uncomfortable and I started wearing wigs, and I would never go back, even if I grew the hair of my dreams. It made me so happy. It's like another accessory now. Favorite Raquel Welch is Simmer Elite, or this might be a new favorite.
Because how amazing do these new styles look? Honestly, they're gorgeous.
And color is a tie between shaded hazelnut and ice java.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so what is the one thing you think? I mean, I remember the beginning of my wig journey, and I sort of felt lost. I don't know about you guys. I felt lost. There were so many questions that I had, but to help everybody out there, if there is one thing that you know now that you wish you knew then to share with everybody out there, what would that be? Why don't we start with you?
Like, you can look good in different colors.
Absolutely.
It took me years to try to go
Yeah.
blonde.
Yeah.
And once I did, I felt like I was missing out for so many years.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to try new colors.
I love that one.
Do it.
I love that one. How about yourself?
Mine is that people really don't notice or don't care. My husband's very big on telling me that. He's like, people aren't gonna notice if you're wearing a wig, and I think that's a fear that prevents
Yeah.
ladies from delving into the wig world, or just don't even care. Yeah, you're wearing a wig, so what? Like,
Yeah.
let's move on with our life.
Yeah, I think that that's my number one too. I mean, when I first started wearing wigs, I was so afraid about what is everybody going to say? What's the reaction of my friends, my family? And I think many of you can relate, and I know that you guys can too as well. And your husband and yourself are absolutely, is it
Mario.
Mario.
Yeah.
Mario is absolutely right that people really don't care. And at the end of the day, they're actually in love with how beautiful your hair looks. So when they're asking, hey, where'd you get your hair done? Or did you just get your hair styled?
Yeah.
They genuinely just love your hair. They're not fishing to see if you're wearing a wig, right? Absolutely. Okay, so how did your friends, talking about reactions, how did your friends and your family respond when you decided to wear hair?
Well, the one I was most nervous about was my husband,
Okay.
Mario. And, he was very calm, cool, and collected. He said, if wearing wigs is going to make you happy, then I'm happy. And that was the end of the conversation. I started my wig journey, and he is today my number one supporter.
Aww.
He loves telling people that I wear wigs.
Yes.
He loves just sharing, with ladies, if he hears people complaining oh, I have to get my roots touch up. Why don't you try a wig? My wife wears wigs. She can tell you all about it. So definitely, it took some family a little bit to come around, especially since I have hair and they couldn't really understand why. But I just put this, boundary. That's what I'm happy.
Yes.
This is what makes me happy with. You got to respect it, or if not, I don't want to hear it. And that kind of helped too.
I love that.
Yeah.
Do you mind me asking how your kids responded? Because you have young boys,
Yeah.
right? How did they respond?
I don't think that they really had a big reaction. I think they just saw it as an extension of it's another accessory I'm wearing, because I'm very big on styling myself, the necklaces, and they're like, okay, what hair are you wearing today? Obviously, all their friends know that I wear wigs, and I'm okay with that. But yeah, they've been very positive.
Amazing. Love it. How about yourself?
Well, my husband did not notice.
Really?
Well,
okay,
now
so
husband.
Okay, back up the story a bit for us.
So when we met, I wasn't wearing anything.
Right.
But I had already made the decision to start wearing alternative hair.
Okay.
So we went on about 4 dates before I started wearing hair.
Okay.
I didn't say anything.
Really?
Not a word. I don't know if he was being nice about it, but I never heard about it.
Okay.
And then when I opened up, he was very supportive. He actually, I think he loves it. Now that I love colors, he tells me, oh, why don't you wear that? Oh, he has a say on what I wear too, which I love, and I think that you're talking about children. I have a 2-year-old.
Yes.
And so she is only going to know the mom wears wigs.
Yes.
Right? She doesn't know any different.
Yeah.
And I love that. I would love for all of us that we're wearing wigs to teach our children that is something completely normal.
Yeah.
I
love that. So what do you guys say? I'm remembering back to my first, I talk about this story, right? My first time out in the wild was to the grocery store. I kind of went to a grocery store a little bit further away in town. But I had a few people that complimented me. And I was nervous because I thought they were fishing for information, right? So how did you guys respond when how do you respond now? And does that differ from how you initially responded?
I still respond, thank you.
Do you? Okay.
I truly believe that you don't owe an explanation.
Okay. I love that.
If I want to connect with a person, if I care about this person, I will go into it.
Right.
But if I don't know you, you're giving me a compliment. I don't need to give you an explanation. So I just say thank you and move on.
And many of you guys know out there, I'm obviously very open about wearing wigs. I think that's pretty straightforward. But I love what you said, Val, because I've talked about this a number of times, is we don't owe anybody an explanation one way or the other. If you choose to share it, I believe that's your choice. Just like if you choose to respond by saying simply, thank you, right? How about yourself?
I think it also depends on the situation.
Yeah.
I fall victim more to thank you, it's a wig, because I'm just cut so off guard. Actually, yesterday I was at the salon
Yeah.
and they're asking who does your balayage, and I was like, "You're serious?"
Yeah.
And I had told them it's a wig, and they couldn't get over it. So it's kind of that normalizing aspect too,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you're telling them, "Yeah, I'm wearing a wig. It's fun."
Yes.
And
Yeah.
it just helps
Yeah.
normalize
Yeah.
wearing wigs and toppers.
Well, this is what I did, ladies. If you haven't heard this story, I was at the checkout at the grocery store. And the lady said, "I absolutely love your hair." And I went like this, "Thanks,
my
you can have it too." And I literally lifted it up. The poor girl, I think I scared her to death. And then she didn't know what to say to me. And she's like, "Wow, it's gorgeous," you know?
Yeah.
But I think what I would love to share with all of you out there is I never got one negative piece of feedback. Like I never
Right,
had
no.
somebody say in a mean way, "Why are you wearing wigs? You have hair like yourself,"
Mhm.
right? There is a lot of questions, but I've said to people, I encourage you to ask questions. It's okay to be curious. Curious is normal. Being rude is not.
Right.
But there's a way to be curious and kind and ask questions. And that I have, no issues with at all.
Yeah.
Okay, so ladies, I got here in Miami last night. It was late. It was probably like 11:30 at night. So the oven was turned down a little bit in the Miami heat. This morning I went for a walk down to the bay. I did not have my wig on. Granted, I did not have my wig on. You ladies, I get asked this question all the time as a Canadian girl. Can you wear wigs in the heat? And I say, absolutely. This is a different level of heat. This is a different level. So you please, ladies, tell me, how do you handle, what are your best strategies for staying cool with wearing hair?
I definitely would pick a shorter length if
Yeah.
I know I'm going to be outside, something off my shoulders, something off my nape, open wefted
Okay.
to allow for a lot of ventilation. If you can wear toppers, maybe like a topper would be a good idea
Yeah.
so that it's a lot lighter.
Yeah.
But it's rough here in the summer. It definitely is.
Yeah, you can't say you're not going to be hot. You're going to be hot.
Right.
That's the truth.
But would you not say though, and I forget who was saying this online the other day, and she was so smart. She said it very simply in that she said, it's hot whether you're wearing a wig or not,
Right.
right? We're all hot. It's hot outside. But I think there are ways, like you say, a lighter density,
Definitely
a
wefted.
shorter style.
Yeah.
Do you find that? See, that's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny. Everybody's perception or experience is different. I don't necessarily find wefted cooler than
Really.
a hand-tied cap, but you know what? I think you find what works for you. I
Mhm.
love toppers for the heat as well, especially, kind of putting my hair back. So best tips.
I would say definitely go wefted.
Yeah.
Or use a topper.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. All right, ladies. You guys asked this. So this is the point in the discussion where I ask the awkward question that nobody else has asked, which is, I hope you guys are okay with this. All right.
We're all adults here.
We're all adults here. Dating with wigs. Have you ever?
Yes.
Yes, you have.
Yes.
And would you recommend that that's something regularly done with wigs?
I would say have fun with it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel if I
Mario
want-
is thrilled that you're talking about this right now, by the way. Hi, Mario. How are you?
Well, I feel if I want to feel sexy and I have an outfit on, then I'm going to wear the hair and, get in the positions that I know the hair is not going to come off. But if it's like an ordinary day, then, I'm comfortable in my bio hair. But you can do it, but you just have to, make sure there's not a lot of friction
Yes.
with the piece so that it doesn't come off. Maybe if you want to make sure it stays on, use a little bit of adhesive.
Right.
But it is possible.
Absolutely.
I would say do not forget a wig grip.
Do not forget a wig grip. Yeah, I agree.
If there is no wig grip, there is no.
There is no.
Mhm.
Mhm. Okay. Well, there you had it. I had to ask the question. So I took one for the team and asked the question. Okay, so there's a few questions here. Why don't we, and sorry guys, I'm getting up really close to you. Janice wants to know, are these real hair? So Janice, these are all made from Raquel Welch's True to Life heat friendly fiber, which means that you can heat style these. So if you wanted to straighten these, if you wanted to add more curls, you absolutely can. Okay, so great question. Hey, Lynette, my friend Lynette, how are you? She said she loves the openness and honesty. Well, Lynette, I think that you know, certainly for me, and these two women, if you don't know them, you should go follow them, absolutely, are sort of straight shooters as well. So expect more of that. Pamela, so you have hair, but you're wearing wigs. I'm confused. Hi. Okay, Pamela.
That's a great question.
I love the
Yeah.
fact that you asked that question. Thank you for being brave enough to ask it. Do you want to take it?
Yeah, definitely. So, in my 20s, I was always very self-conscious about my thin hair.
Mhm.
I thought when I went out, that's what people were focused on.
Yep.
I started wearing root powder. I had my 2 boys postpartum, took a toll on my hair.
Yeah.
So I still have quite a fair amount of hair. It just doesn't make me happy. It doesn't fulfill me like throwing on a wig does.
Yes.
And the convenience that wigs bring to my life, the fact that I
Oh,
can
yeah.
have my hair done in 2 minutes and under, is unlike anything else.
Yeah, I agree. And you know what you said earlier, that even if you sort of woke up tomorrow with a full
Yeah.
head of hair, that you would still wear wigs. I feel the same way. So if you had a full head of hair, how do you feel about it?
Well, see, that's a real question because I've had alopecia for more than half of my life. So
Right.
I think that having a full head of hair for me at this point,
Yeah.
I would lose my own identity,
Got it.
right? Because I identify with not having hair
Got
and
it.
being a wig wearer.
Got it.
And I love it.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
actually somebody asked a question online the other day and she said, if we gave you $10 million or your hair back, what would you choose? And I said $10 million 100%.
Yes.
I don't need
That's a
my
lot
hair.
of wigs. That's a lot of amazing wigs.
But I think the caveat of the question was like, you cannot
know.
buy wigs. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But
absolutely. Yeah. No, I love it. So honestly, Pamela, we really appreciate you asking that question because a lot of people wonder that.
Yeah.
Why, you know, people ask me that all the time. Erynn, you have hair. Yes, it's thin. Yes, it's not ideal. Yes, it's not great, but yet you still wear hair. So Maria wants to know, okay, so she's sharing love of this live. I'm glad that you guys are enjoying it. So I can't even see the time that we're on right now, but I do have a few more questions. Can you see it? I can't
No.
see it. Well, that's okay. So we've got a few more questions, and these are sort of worries that new to wig wearers are having and experiencing, right? So will my wig fall off? Can you wear wigs on a roller coaster? Who's worn one on a roller coaster? Anybody?
I have.
You have?
Yeah, I
Brave
wore-
girl.
you just did.
Yeah, I just did, and I was prepared. I had some ladies that had gone on the roller coaster
Okay.
that I was going on.
Yeah.
They're like, "You'll be fine." I just wore my wig grip. It shifted a little bit, but it did fine.
Amazing.
Yeah, so it is possible, but make sure it's extra tight that you're wearing your wig grip, and it is possible.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, many of you have seen me on my page flicking my hair all the way around. I mean, the roller coaster is a little bit more aggressive than that, but a hair grip can absolutely ensure that your wig goes nowhere. Okay, are wigs itchy? That is a big question that we get a lot. Do you want to take that one?
I haven't experienced.
Okay.
I would say maybe synthetics that could be more itchy.
Okay.
I don't know if the word is itchy though.
Okay, so is it itchy? Do you guys think the question's coming from, is it the itchiness from the hair or from the cap or from the lace? Where do you think that question's coming
I
from?
want to
Yeah.
say the concern most of the time is on the scalp.
Okay,
Right.
got it.
Especially with ladies who have sensitive scalps or, very little hair there.
Right.
But I did actually come across a product recently that it's a cushion. So it's a liner that you
Right.
wear between your hair and the wig, and
Got
it
it.
kind of acts as a barrier
Yeah.
to reduce the friction. So if you do have a sensitive scalp, there are
Right.
ways to go around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love hearing that different perspectives, right? Because, Lorraine and I both have hair. There's sort of a barrier
Right.
between the cap and our head, right? With yourself,
I wear a wig cap.
and you wear a wig cap, okay, as a barrier.
Yeah.
So do you feel a difference you obviously prefer wearing the wig cap,
Yeah.
and why?
It feels more comfortable. It feels
Okay.
snug.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important to wear a wig. I know
Okay.
it's not going anywhere.
Yes. Yeah.
And actually because of the sweat.
Okay.
It prevents, to have sweat on my wig. It's a barrier between the sweat that's going to happen here in Miami.
Got it. Another tip for staying cool.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, so the next question is, does wig wearing cause more hair loss? I hear this a lot. I get this question a lot. So you and I both have hair. How has your bio hair changed, if at all, since wearing wigs?
Okay, so before I answer that, I want to say, when I was thinking about wearing wigs, I went to my hairdresser and I would tell her, I really want to start wearing wigs. And she would tell me, you shouldn't, because it's going to cause your hair loss to get worse.
Okay.
And I was like, no.
Your hairstylist
I'm willing
told you
to
that.
take the risk if I can have beautiful hair.
Okay.
My hair is actually okay. I feel that I'm doing less damage on it by I'm not coloring it, using heat on it. And actually the stress level too, before I was stressed out about my hair falling, and now I know that I have wigs. So if it does get to a point where, I have wigs, wigs are my solution. So it actually helped a lot. It's helped and improved the health of my bio hair.
I find personally that my hair has actually gotten better.
Yeah.
Because I'm not heat styling my hair very often, right? I don't wash it as much as I did before. Not gross, but however, you know what I mean? And the lack of heat styling is making a big difference. So for me, with my bio hair, it was so thin and fine that I was having to use my flat iron and straight iron to smooth it out and try to get the style to look good together. And that was doing considerable damage. So your wig should never be so tight that it is inhibiting airflow within your cuticles and the hair itself. So my experience has been the same as Lorena's, right? Like I haven't experienced that as well. All right. So if somebody was brand new starting out wearing wigs and they want to know how long until they feel comfortable wearing wigs, what does that look like for you? Do you ever get comfortable?
Yes. You do get comfortable, but I do have to say that you have to make the wig your own.
Okay.
And that's how you get comfortable.
Yeah.
Right? You're not going to get comfortable with a wig out of the box.
Got it.
It's not going to happen. So you have to play with it. You have to wear it and try it out different times, different scenarios. Yeah. And then you'll be comfortable.
Got it.
Yeah.
What about yourself?
I would say it took me quite a while, but one thing that I heard in the community, you have to fake it till you make it. You have to pretend you feel confident. And that helped me so much. And it happens eventually. It's just going through those baby steps. And like Val said, customizing the piece to making it your own definitely helps tremendously. Yeah.
Did you guys, for me personally, I found when I first started wearing wigs, I ordered a few wigs, right? I ordered a few, and I ordered wigs that kind of looked like me, and then a really short style, and then sort of, as I would coin, the hair of my dreams, right? Long, beautiful, lush hair I could never grow myself. And for me, either the two extremes, the really short or the super long, felt so foreign to me because I had never had it before. It took me much longer to get comfortable wearing styles like that versus a style that looked closer to me and how I was used to wearing my hair. Would you guys agree?
Yeah, and I think a lot of ladies starting out are looking for something very similar to their bio hair.
Yes.
That's where lighter density comes in. You want to make sure you get the right hair color. So that's probably, if you want to make sure that you are under the radar, that no one notices that you're wearing a piece, is definitely sticking to the same length, hairstyle, color. That's going to help them feel confident.
Fantastic. Okay, so Deborah on YouTube says some areas of the lace up front get itchy, and she feels like that's the princess and the peas. I guess the price to pay, right, of wearing a wig. So let us try to help you with that, because I don't believe that we should have to be uncomfortable in order to enjoy wearing wigs, right? So a couple of things that I would recommend, Deborah: make sure, number one, that the cap is fitting you properly. If it is too tight and pushing on the front of your head, that lace could be uncomfortable, right? But what if it's too loose? Because if it's too loose and moving around and scratching your forehead, perhaps that could be causing the discomfort. Those are the two main things, I think, really, right?
For me, it being too loose is what causes the itching.
Yes,
sometimes.
of the lace moving around. Absolutely. Okay, Susan, should you wear the style that fits your age? Okay, ladies, I'm going to take a sip of water.
No.
Somebody take that one.
I absolutely disagree. No. What do you mean? What do you mean the style that it fits your age? You
Yeah.
can wear any style at any age. That's how what I believe.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one of the best parts about wearing wigs, that you have the luxury to play with all different styles. We're a newer generation, so I think we're kind of going away from that. You have to have the same haircut. Like, have you seen what people in their 40s look like 20 years ago?
Yes.
Like, you can be anyone you want. You can reinvent yourself.
These two are younger than me. Okay, these two are much younger than me.
Well, please
So-
take the
yeah.
question then. Yeah.
So here's what I will tell you. So I'm 49, and here's my personal belief. It really doesn't, I don't believe in a woman of X age should wear this and a woman of Y age should wear that. The answer to me is whatever makes you feel the most confident, the most beautiful is what you should wear. I don't believe in allowing society to dictate to us what is right or wrong. You know, from a hair wearing perspective, it's how confident you feel wearing it. Now, let's play into that analogy, because the assumption is that older women shouldn't be wearing long hair. But if you are a mature woman and you're wearing longer hair and you feel uncomfortable wearing that long hair, I would suggest perhaps you want to look at something different, not because of your age, but rather I'm more interested in helping you feel confident in your age, within your skin at this moment. So it really has less to do about style and length of hair, right?
And like you're wearing hair for you. You're
Yes.
not wearing the hair for other people.
Yeah,
So whatever makes you happy is what matters.
right. Absolutely. Okay, so Maria wants to know how we secure our hair. You guys, I'm willing to do it. You guys okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So why don't you guys talk about how you guys secure your hair, and I'll show everybody how I secure mine.
So I wear a wig cap.
Yep.
Which is a full version of this.
Yes. So it's like, aren't you the best for doing that, girl?
Yep. So
Thank you
that's
for
it.
doing that.
Yeah, of course.
So a full cap, this is not something that I've done before, but it's very similar, right?
Yeah.
As in that we both have a band at this portion of the cap. And then here, I just don't have the cap portion. So this is how I secure my hair. You guys see this small little pressure sensitive clip, right? This is how easy it is for me to do my hair and for us,
Mhm.
right? So I take my hair down to the bottom, kind of like I'm pulling it into a ponytail. I twist it and I turn it up. I take the pressure sensitive clip and I close it down. So I have very thin, fine hair. So my hair is sitting really flush to the back of my head. If you were fortunate enough to have a really beautiful, thick head of hair, you may choose to pin it up differently, right? Would you recommend a cap like that for somebody with thicker hair that's looking to get their hair flat underneath their wig?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
You want to have that.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Or I've also seen women that have parted their hair and braids
Right.
and then pinned up the
Never.
braids like this. The goal is just to get the bulk of your bio hair as flat as possible to the
Mhm.
back of your head. So, and then for you, what do you do?
I secure it exactly like you. I
Okay.
just use a topper grip because for me personally, it's a lot slimmer than a wig grip
Okay.
and more comfortable. But basically, just tie my hair in a ponytail, pin it back,
Yeah.
and then throw on the wig.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, so I get this question a lot. I guarantee you both of you guys do too. What is the best wig for somebody beginning? How do you answer that question? Because there's a lot of ladies that have it.
It depends on the person.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So what do you mean by that? What do you think?
I would say, yeah, it depends. They're
Yeah,
probably
what
going to
do they
gravitate
like?
towards lighter density styles.
Mhm.
So if you have longer
a
hair
good point.
and layers, I'd say Well Played or Showstopper.
Great
If
options.
you like the bob, current events. is
Yes.
more. If you like the pixie, straight up with a twist would be a good.
Yeah.
So it all depends on what their hairstyle is, but
Yeah.
definitely I would go with lighter density and something very similar to
Right.
your own hair color.
Right. I think the other thing to note, and we talked about this as we were talking a little bit earlier, is the importance of scale, right? So a wig could look different on you than it does on me, just like between the three of us, we're all wearing the exact same wig, but we all have different body shapes. We are all different heights. And we have different head measurements. So just because a wig looks one way on one person doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be exactly the same on you. So, you know, picking that first wig is really about first trying to find something that you feel the most comfortable in and that looks and feels most like you, right? Yeah, absolutely. How do you keep the grip from sliding once you put the grip on, or the wig on? Oh, okay. So I think this was a question, right? When I first started, that I didn't believe that how does a wig grip actually keep the hair on, right?
Yeah.
Did you have that too?
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way this is keeping on my head. So if you get up really close, forgive the close up, ladies, these are like velour fabric material. And if you have it on correctly, when you run your finger from front to back, do you see how the velour fabric just lifted up? It's the friction of that velour that holds the wig on your head, believe it or not, right? Absolutely crazy.
And also, I think adjusting it so that it's snug.
Yes.
For it, because some ladies will say that it's like
Sliding back.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely can help.
So on most of the caps, what you will see is that they have adjusters, right? So these have two Velcro adjusters, which is one of the next questions of how do I know how to measure my head, what size of cap I am. I think for some women, you know, we're used to going and buying a new dress or a new jeans, and we know that that dress will come in all ranges, in many cases, ranges of sizes, but that's not necessarily the case in the wig world, right?
But before you jump there, I want to say for the ladies that don't have hair, to make sure that your wig grip or your wig cap stays on, I use hairspray.
Okay.
So I put a little bit of hairspray, wait until it's a little bit tacky, then I put the wig grip or the wig cap. I don't do it all the time, but if I want to make sure, like if I'm going to a roller coaster, if I'm going to be on a boat, that's what I do.
Yes, perfect.
Yeah.
So I do want to remind you guys, if you want your chance to qualify for the giveaway, make sure that you add a comment, ask a question, give us a thumbs up, and we will you will be in the running for the giveaway. One of you is going to win one of these brand new styles in the color of your choice. So all you need to do is drop a comment or drop a question in the comments, okay? All right. I think this is the last question. How long did it take you? No, I've already gotten that one. We already got that. How do I know which wig colors will look best on me? Oh my gosh, this is a challenging one, right? Because typically when we're searching online, we see those little squares, which can be challenging to pick colors from. So what are your best tips for everybody?
I would say the beauty of social media now and everyone doing the reviews, it's just hopping on to YouTube, looking up the style, the color, and you'll most likely find a reviewer who's showing the shade inside, outside, because we know what a difference lighting can make. So if you know the color, that would be a good tip to look on YouTube.
Absolutely. How about
look for somebody that has the same skin tone as you, because we've done demonstrations where, it's this one, where we have, we wear the same tone and it looks completely different, on somebody else.
Absolutely.
So keep that in mind, that if you're looking at someone that does not have your same features or your same skin tone, most likely it's going to look different on you. Yeah.
Absolutely. So Melissa asks, what is the density of these new wigs? Do you guys want to share your thoughts?
I would say these are like density.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yes. I'm going to compare this to, I think it feels very similar to selfie mode, the style, the cut, the length. And this is a lot lighter density.
Light density.
Yeah. I find that the top is a little bit lower density than selfie mode. And you guys know how much I love selfie mode. So for me, I think it is an incredible new collection of wigs. Well, it's one wig with it comes in 3 beautiful colors with the balayage style, which is very trendy, very on trend with this center part. I think is absolutely gorgeous. But you know what? If you are somebody that loves this general style, but perhaps the center part isn't for you, selfie mode is an incredible option that's very similar to this. But this does have a little bit lower density. I would agree with you guys than selfie mode, which I think that you guys are going to love. So, just looking to see, Chris, if you wouldn't mind letting me know as far as the giveaway, that would be amazing. What is the difference? Okay, we'll handle one more question here. What is the difference between synthetic and human hair wigs? Pros and cons of each. I love that you guys asked this question because both of these ladies wear both synthetic and human hair wigs. So these are the girls to ask. All right.
So I would say pro for synthetics is that it's gonna maintain the style.
Yes.
If you go outside and it's raining, hot, whatever, it's gonna maintain your glam.
Absolutely.
So that's why I love synthetics. And human hair, it just feels more natural. Like if you're somebody that is gonna be running their fingers and you want to play with your hair, it's gonna feel more like you. So I think that's a pro of human hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about you, girl?
I kind of agree with her. I would say that human hair too, you also have to be a lot more careful with. Like you treat them like precious little babies. With this one, you try to take care of them, but you're just not as, worried about them. Yeah.
I think there's pros and cons to all of your decisions, right? And for me, when we were talking with Frank about this earlier today, my personal choice would be synthetic. And that's because for me, I hate styling my hair. I hate styling human hair. So for me, as much as I love the feeling of human hair, I get a very similar feeling with my Raquel Welch synthetic fiber that to me, it hits the mark as far as what's important to me. Yes, you've got a higher price point on a human hair wig, but you also need to look at the time frame of how long a human hair versus a synthetic piece will last. So I think it's important to weigh the pros and cons of both and find out figure out what's best for you. Right, girls?
Yes.
You got it. You got it. Is this the same length as selfie mode? It's very similar. You know what? I have selfie mode upstairs. I don't have the exact measurements. So we've put up the link for Balayage Beauty. So if you guys are interested in picking up Balayage Beauty, what you want to do is get your cameras open, right? Take a screenshot of that. Is that a QR code?
QR code,
Yeah. See, the young girls are telling me what that is. That's a QR code. And when you click on that, it will bring it up so that you guys can shop the beautiful Balayage Beauty. And as a reminder, I have it in ombre wheat, ombre pecan.
Ombre cinnamon.
It is so gorgeous. So we were actually taking pictures, the two of us, because we couldn't decide which one, whether I was going to wear this one or we were going to flip. Lorena was always wearing, this is the color meant for you, girl.
Oh yeah, you look amazing.
I saw all three of them. I was like, cinnamon has my heart. But pecan comes.
Yeah. It's absolutely wonderful. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I absolutely enjoyed it. I have enjoyed being able to meet these lovely women in person, for you guys welcoming me to Miami. And I'm looking forward to spending the day tomorrow in Miami, getting to see the sights and the scenes. But I want to say a huge congratulations. I know this lady personally. Okay, Lynette Sefcik. Lynette, congratulations, girl. You are the winner of this beautiful new style. I am so excited for you. Lynette, I know you have my text number, so send me a message. Let me know which one you got. So if you guys do not already follow Val and Lorena on Instagram or all of your socials, can you remind these ladies where they can find you?
Absolutely. I'm on all socials with the same
handle. Yeah.
Ballerina Fuentes.
Lorena Fuentes.
Yep.
Awesome.
You can also follow us on Instagram at wig_wearing_101.
Yes.
And I am at Faux Her Life. It's a little tricky. My husband has told me you need to walk around with a QR code because it's embarrassing. But it's faux FAUX.HURR.LIFEE.
Nice. Well, I am incredibly happy to have met two amazing new women in my life. Thank you for joining us here today. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and have a great night. And again, thank you to Raquel Welch and Harry Ware for having us all here today and giving us this opportunity to chat with you all. You guys have a great night.